What up, everybody? It's another episode of Shorty Sneaker Conversations. I'm your host, Shorty C94. Let's see if we can get our guest. What's up, big homie Kicks? What's up, everybody? What is up, sir?
Hey, what's up, man? How's everything?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good.
Good, man. Appreciate having you on today.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Hello to everybody joining. So basically, the way the show works, man, it's obviously about sneakers, something we both love. Break the show into 4 quarters just because, it's like, basketball. We had a pregame, which we're going to do in a few minutes. First quarter is sneaker beginnings or origins. Second quarter, more recent sneaker past. Third quarter is sneaker present. Fourth quarter is sneaker future, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we'll start with the pregame, which is, I always ask people, what's the most positive thing that you've been able to take, since the pandemic started?
It wasn't a lot, but if I had to say one thing, I work in healthcare. My wife works in healthcare, so us battling COVID when it first started, and both, the first 2 waves were like really hectic, and we were working through all of that and saving lives and helping people out and everything. That would be the best thing I could say to come from 20, because I didn't have a good 20. A lot of family members, a lot of friends passed away from this, so I would have to say that would be the biggest thing for us.
All right, well, I will say I am very sorry, and a big shout out to you being on the front line and everything.
Thank you.
No problem. Now, for everybody who doesn't know who you are, you want to, introduce yourself to everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? Tell them who you are.
I am Karan72. I've been collecting shoes since the early 90s. I'm originally from Queens, New York, but now I live in Long Island. But just collect shoes. I like to wear what I want to wear. You might see something in my collection that's really hype, or you might see something that's just regular. I have a variety. I don't just do, a whole bunch of hype stuff. You see a whole bunch of different things from me.
Okay. Now, I could definitely hear the New York in your voice. You know what I mean? Now, I do have to ask, now, 72, that's your birth year?
Yeah.
Ooh,
birthday next week.
Oh, okay. Birthday to you.
Thanks, bro. I know you just had one recently.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I do have to tell you, I'm already envious because, see, you were a teenager when I would have loved to have been a teenager. See, you got me by 8 years. I was born in 1980. So, I was a kid in the 80s where, you remember it a little bit better, probably from a sports and from a sneaker standpoint. So
definitely.
I know you got good knowledge and stories. But I do have to ask you one thing. You being from New York, 80s and 90s, you wear Jordans?
I do.
Okay. Because I know people from New York who don't wear Jordans because of what he used to do to the Knicks.
Oh, yeah, I'm a diehard Knicks fan, but I'm still a sneaker person, so.
There was Spike.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man, that's cool, man. Okay. Well, we'll jump into the first quarter. So what is your first sneaker memory or moment that, first off the top of your head?
I got to be honest with you. My first sneaker memories was not good. I grew up kind of, in Queens. We didn't have much. So, my mother had 4 kids. She was holding us down. So early stages of sneaker memories would be like, rejects and skips and stuff like that. But it wasn't until 1985 was when my uncle, who, everybody has like one of those cool uncles, that cool family member that's like a father figure. He's really cool. So my Uncle Rob used to always have the best of everything, sneakers, car, whatever. He had the Air Jordan 1 B Reds, and I happily to wear the same size he did. So one day he just ended up giving them to me, and never forget, he gave them to me. He gave me a toothbrush. If you're an old school sneaker person, you know what time it is. He's like, yo, keep these clean. I'm gonna give them to you, but you better keep these clean. I'm like, all right, so I kept them clean and everything, and that was my first real love for sneakers. Would be the Jordan 1 B Red 1985.
Got you.
Let him rest in peace, because he passed away last year on my birthday. So, let him rest in peace. He was a really good dude.
Rest in peace for sure. Oh man, 1985. Okay. Now, so you're a diehard Knicks fan, so you're like into sports, like for real. So you
Definitely.
remember a lot.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. I'm gonna deviate from the topic a little bit, but since I have to ask this with you being from New York, how big of a deal was it for y'all to get Ewing?
A big deal. For me, that's one of my favorite players all time. Big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, a lot of people say y'all had that fixed. 85, the lottery.
Yeah, what, the frozen envelope?
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
Yeah. And they wanted to go to Indiana, Oh man. Yeah. All right. Well, I wanted to also ask, I guess you already kind of touched on it a little bit, but, being younger, who was kind of like, I know you said you had your uncle. Were there any other influences that you had kind of, young coming up? Were you like, yeah, I want to look like that? Anybody from the hood or from,
Man, I grew up in South Jamaica, so we had a lot of this is like where the drugs and crack, all of that was coming at the same time. So, a lot of the local drug dealers was always the guys that were always fresh, that always had the coolest car and the coolest stuff. So you kind of envied the way how they dressed and everything. Not like you wanted to do what they were doing at the time, but you definitely liked there was certain guys in the neighborhood that just had always had the coolest clothes and the coolest everything, and you kind of just envied them and everything.
Got you. Okay. All right. Now, going back to, those times, because I know that is the crack era, I'm sure New York is like paid in full, cats with the BBSs and
definitely
all that. So who, back in those days, who really had the freshest area? I always hear about Harlem, but I hear about Brooklyn, I hear about Quint, I hear about all the boroughs, but like, that's where the fresh niggas are. Like, where was that?
Definitely would be Harlem. I'm not even gonna lie, because I'm from Queens, but it definitely was Harlem. But yeah, where I lived at in South Jamaica, we had Fat Cat. We had a lot of big time people that they were up there too.
Okay.
Yeah, they ran stuff, and they had all the money in the cars too. They were fresh.
Gotcha. Okay. So, since we're still in the first quarter, we're about to go to the second, but do I have to ask, when you started copping yourself, what was your first job that, enabled you to, really be able to cop the kicks?
It had to be 1987. I was working summer youth that summer, and I never forget the first check that I got. I bought those Adidas, those Run DMC Eldorados. They were like the high top ones.
Yeah.
That was my first pair of shoes that I bought by myself.
They had them on in the Christmas to Hollis video, I think.
Yeah. Those I definitely had those.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's 1987.
Yeah. I know I would sound like a young buck. The rivalry, the Metro Attitude, the Eldorado, those all really could be the same shoe. They all look like kind of the same, kind of the Terminator, the Dunk, the Jordan 1. It's sort of like that, but with Adidas, they all look the same, man.
True.
Those are brothers. I wish I could find a pair. Every now and then I'll see a pair on eBay, but they're always usually like a size 8, and they're like $1,000. So
yeah, same thing with me.
Well, I would love to.
What
have
size you
like
wear?
I'm 11 through 12.
Okay, yeah, I'm a 12.
Yeah, so the only thing I've really found vintage that's not too crazy affordable is Converse. Every now and then sometimes people be trying to tax for the weapons, if it's like the Larry Bird or
Mm-hmm.
Magic Johnson colors, but any of the other colors you can get for less than 200, So
Yeah, I always see
OG.
you posted. I'm like, man, you got a lot of Converse.
I'm not saying it's only because in the 80s, like when I was a kid, I had the weapons because my dad had them, but I only wear them like that because I work for them.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So anytime I go into work, we have to wear Converse, even though Nike is the parent company. We still have to wear Converse. So I just try to mix it up with the vintage and with the new. So it's kind of like being under contract without all the frills of getting free stuff. So
Definitely. I feel
yeah.
you.
But okay. All right. Well, we'll move on into the second quarter, which is more recent, sneaker past. And what was the first kind of outfit? I know you bought the Eldorados with your first check, but what was that first outfit where you really was like slapping niggas in the head? You know what I'm saying, with your fit, like, he came with it. Like, what was that first fit? Was it with the Eldorados or anything else?
Nah, that first real fit had to be 1997 with the Foam Posit 1. Yeah, it definitely was the fit I had. That's my favorite shoe. So with that, I had like a Orlando Penny Hardaway jersey, and I had like these like cool jeans, and I just had those on. It was just killing them. Because remember at that time that shoe was $180. A lot of people wasn't spending that money on that shoe, so I felt like I was like one of the first people in Queens with that shoe because a lot of people was passing on it. People were saying it was ugly. It was a lot of different things people were saying, but definitely that shoe.
You see, a lot of people don't remember about that time that shoe was 180 before the Jordans were even 150. You know what I mean? Like the 12s were 140. That's still like a regular shoe price.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing that was close was the Pippen 1 and the Total Max Up Tempo. I think they were 160.
Yeah, that Total Max.
But yeah, 180. That was crazy. I mean, and the Foam Posit was like nothing you had ever seen. So
yeah.
And think, Scotty couldn't get with it, so Penny ended up
taking
it. I don't know. Like as soon as I saw it, I was in love with it. I'm like, oh my
definitely.
God.
When was the first time you saw it?
It was back in '97. We had this little shoe chain in Cleveland called Imperial Sports. It later became Athletic Addict, and it was like in the neighborhood, where I was living. So it was kind of a big deal. Oh, we got a shoe store, in our neighborhood, and they had them there on the wall. And I remember it being like people just going to look at them every day. But it's like, man, these is what I need. Fortunately for me, 1997 was the first year I had a job. So as soon as I started working, like in Ohio, minimum wage was only like $4 back then. And I was getting $6 from TJ Maxx. So I thought I was rich. Spend my whole check on sneakers, man.
I feel you on that one.
Oh, man. Like, I always wanted my own money, and my parents was never on something, you need to get a job and all that. I wanted a job just to get sneakers, and working at TJ Maxx, I was able to get late season wears for discounted prices so I could have all the Tommy and Polo I wanted, Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that Penny. And see, another thing about that time I miss is, you talking about Penny. You could buy the authentic jerseys in the stores back then.
Yeah.
You could go to camps or, and just get it. Oh, it's $130. Just the real thing, like he's wearing.
Yeah, with the stitching and everything.
Yeah, it's like you could get the replica. There's a lot of niggas just had the replica with the Champion C or whatever. Hey, with some of the teams, it didn't even matter. Like, Bulls jersey is Champion. It really don't look that different until they started sewing them.
Yeah.
Because remember the first two championships, it was just printed where it's like, it really don't look that different. But yeah, I miss those days. That's why I don't try to live in the past, but I try to put as much 80s and 90s stuff that I remember on my page. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a simpler time. You have your whole paycheck just to blow on sneakers and clothes or video games. No mortgages, no car payments, no insurance, no nothing. You know what I mean? Just
no nothing.
man. So yeah, Okay. Well, let me not get too far off track here, 'cause I'll talk all about those days. All right. So, you're working, what I'm saying? You got your wares together, you following sports or whatever. But back in those days, was there ever a shoe that you couldn't get that you wanted? Like, I know it ain't like how it is now, you know what I'm saying? But was there ever a shoe that you just never got to put your hands on, like, you wanted from back then?
I definitely, I'm trying to think. There's a few of them. Like, I remember the Total Foam Posit, the Tim Duncan one, when that first came out. I mean, I didn't get that shoe when it first came out. I was supposed to get it, and I didn't. And for a while, I didn't get it. It wasn't until like recently, when I got older, I was able to get that shoe. But that's one of the shoes that got away from me, because it definitely was. It stood out, like it just being silver and all of that and everything. It's like a really cool shoe. So that one, I kind of wish I had.
Got you. Those were supposed to come back this year, but they never.
Yeah, they retroed them like twice already, right?
Yeah. The last time it was truly the original, I think, was 2011. That's the pair I got.
Yeah. Because I looked and I saw they were like crazy the price.
Like, I had a pair from '98 that lasted all the way until maybe 2016, and the air bubble cracked.
Oh, word?
But I was glad I had that other pair, because I live in North Carolina now, but again, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I had got my original pair from Dick's back in the day, back when they used to put Dick's in the hood.
Yeah.
But oh man, yeah, like but the retro pair, I forget where I got it from, but yeah, they like 500, 600, and seeing our size, I feel like basketball shoes are at a premium. Like, my wife has been collecting for about 10 years. She wears a men's 8.5, a women's 10. She's able to get limited LeBrons for 140, 150, on GOAT, stuff like that. The same LeBrons for us would be 300. You know what I'm saying? Like, that 12 is ugly. Like, sometimes I'd like, fuck it, I just get the 11 and just, thug it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, that 11.5 and try to see what it could do.
Yeah, because that 12 and the LeBron, like, I didn't get the South Beach LeBron 8s until I got them on my 37th birthday, so it was 4 years ago. But for the longest, they were in a 12, they're like $800. And an 11, they might only be $450, $500, which is still too much, but not as much. It's not $800. It's like, damn, man, I can get a car for $800 if I go to the right person. So, yeah. Oh man, this is I'm enjoying myself already. Talking to another OG like yourself, man. Oh man.
Same here, bro.
Now, back in those days, so we're talking late '80s, early '90s. Did you fuck with the Ewings at all?
That's the thing. Now, I fucked with the Ewings when he was with Adidas. When he got with those other, like, Phoenix, and I didn't fuck with those. I got to be honest with you. There's something about them that I just couldn't really fuck with it, because I guess I like that Adidas so much. So by the time he moved from there, I just really couldn't get into him. I still want that shoe to this day.
Yeah. Like, when they got hot, 12, 13, I grabbed one pair. I'm like, I really need to get a pair of these, because I have some Knicks paraphernalia. I'm a Lakers fan. And, every now and then, the Cavs, I mean, we'll have some success here and there.
I hear you.
But the Knicks to me are the Knicks, the Lakers, the 76ers, and the Celtics are the storied franchises in the NBA.
Definitely.
Y'all ain't won a chip since '73, but it don't even matter, because y'all are.
Why you guys say that right now? Why you guys say that?
As a basketball fan, I'm surprised. Because, look, being older now, like when I was 12, 13, when it was always the Knicks and the Bulls, I wanted Michael Jordan to win. You know what I mean? I had the Wheaties box, all that, the shoes. But looking back, like in '93, y'all should have beat the Bulls.
Nah.
If y'all would have had Xavier McDaniel still and not got Charles Smith, that would have been a thing.
Charles Smith.
Even why y'all lost.
Yeah. My man couldn't make a layup on that. Yeah, but they did foul him a little bit, bro. They did. They did, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, and I can still like I remember watching that game with my father when John Starks dunked on Michael Jordan and Horace Grant. Like I'll never forget that. My father, he was kind of tired of me cheering for the Bulls all the time. You know, it was like I remember he'd be like, "I'm gonna get that poster and him dunking on Michael Jordan and put it in the rec room just so you can see it."
I had that poster for a while, man.
Yeah, y'all was underrated. I mean, to me, until I got rid of Oakley and whenever y'all got rid of Oakley and Starks and brought in Camby and Larry Johnson and those guys, to me it kind of
Houston and all those Chris Childs and the dudes.
Charlie Ward,
Yeah.
Heisman Trophy winner in the NBA.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's cool. Like I just love basketball, and being a basketball person, I can say y'all should have beat the Bulls were in turmoil all of 92, 93. So y'all really should have won.
You definitely should have beat Houston.
Yeah, man. I mean, as great as Akeem was, I mean, I would still take John Starks over Kenny Smith.
Yeah, definitely.
That's just big.
And he's from Queens. I'm not a big Kenny Smith fan.
Hey, I do like him on the NBA on TNT because he's usually the neutral one. You know what I mean? So, you know, he's never too over the top like Barkley and Shaq.
Yeah, they can be.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll go to the halftime portion of the show. You know what I mean? And just you know, tell me about, you know, for just a few minutes before we go to the third quarter. What are some shoes you want Nike to bring back that haven't been retro?
They need to bring back those Galaxy foam composite ones. There's a rumor that they're bringing them back. They need to, because I passed on that shoe, and I that's one of the biggest regrets I've ever had. You know, a friend of mine who's like a really big reseller, famous. I'm not gonna say his name, but he used to always text me pictures of shoes. And he texted me a picture of that shoe, and he's like, "Yo, do you want? I got a 12 and I got a 13." I said, "Yeah, I want the 12." He's like, "You want a 1200?" I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. I'm like, I wanted to, but you know, you like 1200 is a lot of money. I might be able to get these for retail like a week later. But long story short, the hype just happened and it was over. A week later, I asked him for the shoes. He said, "I sold them." So that was the end of it. Now, whenever I look, the shoe is like so much money. So that's a regret.
The only time I had a chance, I was gonna say the only time I had a chance to buy a pair of those for a decent price, they were a size 14, and they were still like $500.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just look at these bitches like.
Yeah, nah. Right.
And they were kind of fucked up too, so I wasn't even on no reselling type. I'm like, I don't even know how much I would get for these. I don't want to just break even because they were kind of fucked up too. So, but
they were,
you know, yeah, they were kind of fucked up. You know, for me, a shoe can be cool, but if it's got heel drag, I'm just looking at it like what the fuck were you doing in these, bro? You know. So, but okay, so the Galaxy foams. You got any other unretro shoes you'd like for them to bring back?
Oh, damn. Let me look.
Well, I got one for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's kind of obscure, especially to the younger sneakerheads, but there's a shoe it's from 97. It came out with the Air Max 97. It's called the Air Ubiquitous Max. Do you remember those? They were Jerry Rice's shoe.
I can't remember that shoe.
Yeah, it was a trainer. It was like black and lime green, and it was kind of a mid-cut. They, I sent you a picture of it after the live, but the Ubiquitous Max. My boy Royal said the Fantaposits. Do you remember the Fantaposit?
I do remember those.
Yeah, I remember joints had the zipper on them.
Yeah,
man, yeah, those was hot. The bubble was kind of weird, but that was an interesting time for the kicks, man.
I got another one.
What's up?
It's those Air Force Ones that they made for LeBron. That was the Cavalier colors.
Okay.
And they had his logo on the back of them. I got those shits. I wore them shits. I wore them to the ground. But I would like to see them bring those shoes back. I would definitely want that pair.
Okay. Was it the patent leather pair or the leather pair?
The leather pair. My wife got those for me as an anniversary gift. I wore those shits to the ground.
Yeah, yeah. I still had those in the cut. You know what I
You
mean? But
do?
oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah, you
mean,
gotta send me a picture of them later on, man.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Like, that was the one good thing. I mean, LeBron, because we've only been living in North Carolina since last August, so I was there for all of LeBron, the first and second time. We never really had any Cleveland only releases for LeBron, except for this one LeBron Air Force One when he was doing that Chamber of Fear.
Yo,
Um,
those were fire, bro.
like we never have had a Nike Town in Cleveland, so this place I used to work called Next, they had like the Tier Zero Nike account, so Nike gave them the shoe,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the only LeBron shoe I can think of that only came out like in Cleveland. Like I'm sure it's stuff that y'all had in New York where these forces you can only get these in this
Yeah,
area.
definitely. Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, before we go into the third quarter, I also want to ask you, being in New York City, how hard or how easy is it, or I should say, was it to get sneakers? Like where did you get your sneakers from, and how hard were they to get back in the day?
Back in the days, it was really easy. I would go to Jamaica Avenue. I had a few spots up there, the Coliseum Mall, where they just knew me. I would come in and they would show me the latest shoes and I would tell them how many I wanted, and I would walk out with it. And then when it started getting kind of like, I would say like, 2009, 2010 was when, it started getting kind of like hectic. Like, hey, wait a minute, you can't get them today, or you got to come back when we do this raffle or something like that. So at that time, it's when I just that was the end of it for me.
Yeah, to
Wasn't
me,
easy no more.
I feel it. I feel it. See, to me, it's certain releases that I kind of look at as benchmarks for changes in the shoe game. Like, to me, the really first time I seen people go crazy for a shoe was when the Cool Grays came out in 2001, because there wasn't really any resale back then.
Mm-hmm.
People were just going crazy for the shoe because they just wanted the shoe. And it was the first 11 that wasn't an old color that you had
Yep.
seen before. So, first Retro Plus. So. That's a benchmark. The DMP6 was the first time or DMP Pack was the first time I seen people really trying to resell for real. So I
Yep.
look at that as a benchmark. The countdown packs, only from the standpoint of when Nike saw people buying the countdown packs and the fusions for $150 and the retros were still like 120, 130. You saw the retro prices go up.
Yep.
So that's a benchmark. The Yeezy one, that was to me when the raffles really started, 2009.
Really. Yep.
The Yeezys. And on the flip, we were starting to come into Nike basketball being what it was in the early 10s where it was hot.
Yeah.
So that was when House of Hoops kind of came into play. And it's like, oh, you can only get these Kobe's at House of Hoops.
Definitely. Yep.
Like, though there's a Kobe Hyperdunk, the all yellow one with the purple that he jumped over the pool of snakes in. They only came out of House of Hoops in Harlem. I'm like, this is a Laker colored shoe and it's only coming out in Harlem? Like, how is this possible? So to me, that, of course, the South Beach 8, that changed a lot,
Yep.
for Nike basketball. The Concord 11 was a benchmark. The Band 1 and the outlets.
Definitely those in the outlet, man.
Yeah, to me, that was really where the one thing started. People always say 2013 or Shattered Backboard in 15, but to me, it was really that. That was where it really started, was that Band 1 with the X.
Yep. Because everybody wanted that shoe.
Yeah. So it's been little benchmarks. But after that, Concord, the Yeezy 2, the Red October, Instagram being for everybody, the Galaxy Foam.
Definitely Galaxy Foam. Forget about it.
Yeah. So, and then I'll say the last one that really changed stuff was the Adidas Yeezy, because I always say the Adidas Yeezy ended first come, first serve for a lot of retailers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, after, like, I used to be a store manager for Hibbett Sports. We did 2 physical raffles where I had like the bucket and the tickets, and after that we just went digital. Like, and this was 18. Like that wasn't that long ago in sneakers, but now you can't get no release without doing some sort of raffle or something like that now.
Yeah.
So, you know, but it was fun going back through time with you right quick. You know, just looking at those
definitely, bro.
Because you know the game was so pure pre 2009. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even people trying to resell the DMP packs, you could still get them. You know, they weren't where you just couldn't get them. It was, did you have the $295 to pay for both of these shoes? So,
that's a question. Definitely.
Oh, man. Good times. Yeah. All right, so we'll go into the third quarter, which is sneaker present. We're in a pretty turbulent time with the kicks now. Us being older guys still trying to cop.
Yeah.
So, where have you gotten the majority of your sneakers from, we'll say, this year, 2021?
I got to be honest with you. GOAT and StockX, you know. That app, every time I try that app, man, I'm like 3 in a million in that app. Like, I hit 3 times, and the other millions is just straight up L's. But, you know, StockX, GOAT, sometimes Flight Club, you know. A friend, if he has it and he has the size that I want, maybe we could switch out or something like that. And eBay sometimes. eBay. Yeah.
Okay. How big a deal is Flight Club still in the city? Is it big like it was, or does it matter? Or is it just another spot?
It's just another spot to me, like, cause I go in there sometimes, but most of the time I just get it offline. I just buy it offline and have it shipped to my house, you know.
Okay. All right. So I have to ask you, what's the best win that you've got this year for shoes?
The best win. I would have to go this route. This is the best win I got.
Oh, I saw you post them. I didn't know if you was gonna show this in the thing. I'm like, well, I got to make our song.
Yeah. I wanted these, and it was my anniversary, October. My wife got them for me. She thinks this ugly. She say they're ugly as shit, but you know, I'm a big phone positive. I had to have them. I prefer the black color over the white, but the white is coming soon. But definitely this one.
I feel it. So you said your anniversary is in October?
Yeah.
Oh, what day?
Halloween.
Okay. Me and my wife got married in October too. Our anniversary is October 7th. So
I saw that. You guys were giving some good gifts, man. I was like, wow, that was so cool.
Yeah, that put the pressure for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I got to come even harder for Christmas.
And that's what I was gonna say, man, because you went hard, bro.
Yeah. But you know, it's gonna be good. I hope she likes what she getting. So she's an earshot there. So I don't want to say too much. But yeah, man, you know, that's a nice anniversary gift of them CDGs there. 520.
Bro.
Worn them yet?
One time.
Okay.
And they feel a lot more comfortable than like my regular. I know that they changed like they had to do the whole I can't think of it at the top of my head. The mold. They changed the mold because you know the mold is usually I got this one right here, but you see this is the regular mold that they have. So when they changed it to this mold, they had to change it around. That's why the price point and everything was $520 for this. Compared, you know, these usually go for like $250, but they had to change the whole mold. It just feels a lot more comfortable. It's just for me, you know. Other people might say different, but it just felt a lot more comfortable. I wore them like one time.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering how they were gonna do because you know before that they did a CDG carnivore, and you can get those boys for like dirt now. You know what I mean? But Nike, they should have just brought back the regular color, the green and the purple. That's what people want. That shoe, that's what you want. Like, I got an original and the retro pair, and I still would buy those again if they came back.
You would?
Love the carnivores. That was like one of my holy grails when I first started actually collecting for real, like, you know, back in the day. So, but yeah, man, that's definitely a good win for you. Now, what was the hardest L you took this year?
And the hardest L I took this year. I would have to say those Off-White tubes. Took an L on those. I definitely wanted them. I didn't like the black color. I definitely wanted the white color. The white color, I knew I was gonna be able to freak them if I got them, and it took the L on that.
Yeah. For me, it's a toss up between those for me as well and those blue Pata Air Max ones. I really wanted both.
Yo, those are nice too. Yeah.
You know, I mean, every dunk that it's the era we from. You know, that dunk that's a $50-$60 shoe. So
Yeah.
you know, it's hard to pay even $100 for retail. It's like, damn, these are $100, man. You know, but every dunk that I've wanted this year, I took an L on. You know, whether it was an SB, regular, like I just wanted the Kentucky dunks. It's really the only OG college one that I don't have, other than the UNLV. And I just, people be trying to sell them for $250. I can't pay $250 for no dunk. Yeah. It's not gonna happen.
My thing is that you got to draw for all these different. It'd be like basic colors, and they got to draw for it. I'm like, why do you got to draw for this regular? Just some regular white dunks. They got to draw for it. They got that app sometimes, man. It's just like I said, this is just. I just take L's on that app all the time.
Yeah, like I think because it's only been I think 4 that I've won this year. I won the Bluebird 5.
Okay.
I won some dunks for my wife. They're like, pastel colors. I won the electric green 6s, and I was kind of on the fence about them. I mean, I love the Jordan 6. It's the shoe that got me really in this back in the 90s. So I won those, and there's one other thing that now they gave me exclusive access to the Travis Scotts. That's probably
they did?
Yeah, that's how I was able to get them for retail.
And you wore them the other day too.
Yeah. The sweater. I was lucky because when I saw it, all they had was a small and a 3X. And the 3X was a little big, but it worked.
Yeah,
the bitch was heavy as fuck.
Like, How did you like those? How did you like those fragment Travises?
It's nice. I mean, I shouldn't say never, but chances are it's unlikely that I'll probably ever own the regular fragment ones, even though that's just a regular color block and Jordan 1 that you should be able to just get. So it was nice. The quality was good because my wife always reminds me when I got them, I was like, man, I'm just going to sell these and just, get something else. And once they came in the mail and I did the review on my YouTube, I'm like, nah, man, I'm going to have to keep these. Like,
yeah.
I ain't never going to get Travis Scott for retail, man. Like, so.
Dude.
Yeah.
I wore them the whole week when I got them. I wore them like 5 days in a row. I was like, I couldn't take them off. And I'm like, these are too nice in a way.
Yeah, leather on there is for real. Like the only thing that could have been better is if they would have made it a high top. Because to me, it was better than the high that came out.
Yeah, I like the low way better than the high.
Yeah. So, oh man. Okay. Well, yeah, we share the same. Like I really wanted. Like I love the Air Jordan 2. So it wasn't about it being off white. Because at first when I saw it, I'm like, man, fuck, like, why does this look like this? But the more I looked at it, it really grew on me,
It did. But then when he passed away, I looked at the price and it's like, I'm not gonna get these for that price.
Nah, it's over. Like, I still feel like they're gonna make other off-white shoes. I know they had stuff on the table, and I'm pretty sure that it wasn't like he was touching everything and designing everything. So I'm sure he had designers, but it's also very unlikely I'll ever own a Chicago off-white 1 or a Chicago off-white 2. I didn't like the black ones like you. They just a black. It's something about a black too. It just doesn't work for me.
Didn't work for me.
Like even when they made those alternate 2s that were black and red, like it was cool, but I just couldn't
do it.
It would have what to say. So I think that just goes back to the fact that there wasn't no black 2s back in the day.
Yeah.
The only black 2 I think I own. Well, actually now that I think about it, I have a few, but the those infrared 2s from 2014, the black with the infrared and the gray, that's probably the best black 2 I think they came out with.
Yeah, I have those. Those I like. I'm not gonna lie. I wear those a lot.
Yeah.
I like those.
The only thing I would change is they weren't really made that great. So if they would have made them with like good leather.
Yeah. Because that front tree stuck crazy. As soon as I wore them, that front was like crazy.
Oh, man. Okay. Now, off the top of your head, what's the first shoe that you need to undead stock?
I need to undead stock. The top of my head. Let me try to. Just a few. Oh man. Probably some of these anniversary Adidas I got in the back. I keep looking at them. I want to win, but like these right here, I keep telling myself with this shoe, I'm gonna wear this shoe, this Foot Patrol anniversary Superstar. Every time I put these on, I end up taking them off because I keep saying it's just too nice. The leather, everything about them is just so good. I can't do it.
Yeah, those bitches are crazy. Woo.
Thank you, man. They even have the gear right there behind it and everything. Just
Wow.
can't do it, man. How about you?
And it's a couple. Right quick, let me Sneakerhead Dread 71 said, what are your thoughts on the Union Retro 2 release? Have you seen the Union 2?
Have I seen you? I did see it. I did. I'm not feeling it too much. That's just me.
Nah, I'm gonna have to. I mean, again, it's probably gonna be L City, but I'm gonna have to try the best with those two. That gray with that blue, like it's sort of like a gray mellow too. Like I never had the mellow too.
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
Sort of like that. I don't give a damn about it being Union or whatever. That's just a nice little icing on the cake or whatever. I just want it because it's a 2.
True. I mean, now if they fell in my lap, I'm taking them shits. But they are nice.
The first shoe off the top of my head that I really need to unds, because I wanted it so bad. The Air Max 96 2, the white, black, and teal OG color.
Yeah.
Like those have been sitting for probably 2 months. But see, I'm still getting used to North Carolina weather. So the hoodie I have to go with it, it's a Nike hoodie, it's perfect. But like today it was 72 degrees. Tomorrow it'll be 48. So it'd be up and down. And then having to wear, Converse also kind of offsets me really being able to break stuff out like I normally, would. But probably those, and I need to wear those 11 lows, the black and red, the OG 11.
Oh yeah,
patent leather, the IEs. I love those. I need to wear those too. Damn, Mike took it to y'all and them too.
See?
Oh man, nah, I'm just messing with you, man. I'm from Cleveland. I can't say anything about any other city. I mean, I've only seen one championship in 41 years in my whole life. So, y'all at least got the Yankees and the Rangers and the Mets, the Islanders. I mean, y'all got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of them.
Y'all got Brooklyn now with the Nets. I mean,
no, not them,
okay.
Man.
I was gonna ask you about that. Do the Nets matter, or is it still like they in New Jersey?
They don't matter, man. The Knicks still get that back page no matter what. I think they know that too. The Knicks. I think the Knicks could go 0-82 and they would still get more publicity than the Nets do. But they're in Brooklyn, so I know a lot of people like them, but I don't.
Got you. All right, my dude Santos asked, "Are we either of us going for the Penny 2 retro that's supposed to come out next year?"
Definitely.
Yeah. My black and white pair is still cool, but probably should get a newer pair. Them white ones though, I gotta have them white ones. Like
so you don't have the whites?
I don't get them bitches. Nah, I never had the white and blue ones. Back in the day, and they've never retroed, so I need those.
Definitely. I definitely need those when they come out. I'm grabbing those.
Yeah, I also need the Jason Kidds too, the Zoom Flight 95, the black and gray. I need a new pair of those. My pair's cooked, so they're from 95. It's time for a new pair.
Yo, do you remember this shoe? I'm about to show it to you. And Jason Kidd wore it a little bit. You remember this shoe?
Oh, the Zoom Flight Turbine?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. I remember they had those in every color in the East Bay, man.
Yeah, I wanted the orange.
Oh, man. That's like 2001, 2002.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, I ain't never had a Zoom Flight Turbine on this show. Props.
Never?
Yeah, that's... Whew. I remember it was those, and there was another shoe called the Zoom BB Jet Steve Nash used to wear. They kind of came together. Oh, man. Yeah, we showing our age, showing stuff like that.
We are, man.
if I had an Avalanche in my Jordan closet. I usually do some of my shows in there, but
I saw it the other day. I'm like, damn, well, he's in Foot Locker somewhere. It was all the way to the top.
hey, but it'd be hot in there after a while, and I ain't got no chair, so I'm like, man, shoot, I just need to go here in the dining room and just chill out for a bit, you know. Oh man, but okay, well, yeah, I mean that pretty much concludes the third quarter. You know what I'm saying? You going for 50 on us? Hell, maybe even 60 showing the turbines. All right, so,
Yo, well, those are not good to play ball in. I tried to play ball and I nearly broke my ankle.
hey, look, I am gonna say this before we close the quarter out, and people might say I'm a hater, but I was still playing basketball regularly in the early 2000s. It wasn't that many really good Nike basketball shoes during that time that weren't retro.
Facts. Definitely.
Like, I remember I had this shoe that Paul Pierce used to wear. It was like a foam posit, but not. It was called the Air Signature Player.
I remember that shoe.
It was all those waves.
Yes.
Man, I turned my ankle at least 4 times in that fucking shoe. I remember I don't even know what happened to it, but I was like, man, I can't wear these anymore. Like, oh, man. I mean, yeah, from like 99 until 03, yeah, Nike basketball was a little shaky. You had a few gems in there. The VC 1 and 2 were pretty good.
Yeah, those were.
The Zoom Flight 2K3 was pretty good. But, yeah, like another shoe I fucked up my foot in. You remember the Shock Stunner?
The Shock Stunner. Now, I remember the Shocks that Vince was wearing. What was the Stunner?
So it
were
was,
they the ones that zipped up?
Yeah, it was a plastic cage on it, and
it zipped up. I had them.
Man, like, yeah, they were touted as some really good shoes. I remember Lindsey Hunter used to wear them when he came off the bench on the Lakers when they three-peated, and a couple other people.
Damn, you brought up Lindsey Hunter, bro.
Brought our age today.
Bro, I haven't heard that name in years.
Yeah, he was the first player I could only picture like really actually wearing them bitches in the game. So the NBA players must have knew that was whack. But yeah, man. I mean that was a weird time. But once 2K3, between that and of course with LeBron coming, Kobe coming, and then them coming out with the Huarache 2K4, it kind of revived Nike basketball a little bit there because yeah, it was a lot of ugly shoes, man.
A lot.
99 to 03. But all right, we'll go into the fourth quarter, which is sneaker future. So what is your holy grail shoe that you have not been able to put your hands on that you want, that you've never had? Like that holiest of grails, like, God, I need those.
Damn. I'm going to sound crazy, but the Air Mag, the self-lacing one, I definitely need that. Shout out to my man Prep. I see him in the comments. He got a pair of them. Shout out to him.
Wow.
Definitely those. Those dunks. Remember those For the Love of Money dunks? I always wanted those, even though I can't afford them, but I always wanted that shoe.
Yeah. Yeah, those
are grails that I'm probably never gonna own.
Yeah, with that big FL on the side, man.
Yep.
Like,
Definitely.
like a yellow one, but that one you talking about,
definitely.
Black and white with the money, yeah.
Exactly. From all over the world, definitely.
Yeah. I'll tell you mine. You may remember some of these. And I know this one pair, you probably could get to see pretty easy when they came out. Do you remember the Espo Air Force 2? They were the Air Force 2s. They were clear, and they came with these special socks.
Yo, I don't remember these.
Yeah, they came out. It was a collector artist series pack. So they let Eminem do the Air Burst, the Slim Shady Burst. Nelly did a CB94, and it was red, white, and blue, and it had number 1 on it. Halle Berry did a Rift, but this graffiti artist named Espo, he did an Air Force 2 low, and the whole shoe was clear, and it came with these socks. And on the back, it said, let me gets and have nots. I'll send you a picture of them. Once you see them, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember these. They came out like 03 or 04. They only made like 1,000 of them. But those are my grails. Stash Air Force 1 highs.
Okay.
the top would probably be is they never retroed it. It's the Air Max 294 runner. I post it every now and then on my page. I'll send you a picture of it too. But it's a few. The Kashima Antlers Air Max 97s where they got cement print like the 3, and they got like a teal swoosh and they black.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a few really specific shoes I could say are grails that I need. I need those Adidas where the sock came out of the shoes and the sock was colorful.
That's my man Prep. He old school like us. He got a lot of
Was it
old school stuff. I'm trying to think of that shoe right now, but he said it.
Is it the Adidas equipment where you can take out the sock?
Sounds familiar.
Because I remember they had a white, black, and green one because they retroed it not too long ago, but it wasn't really right like how
it
the
wasn't
old
the same.
Nah, the shade of green was off. You know, they always got to change something.
Yeah, change stuff around. You know.
Yeah. See here, Sneakerhead Dread 71. I'm gonna say DB6s. That's a good one. Somebody got Game 13s. Prep said it was all black.
Black.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one that is. When was it from? Like, we're around what time? Was it early 90s?
Yeah, what year, Prep?
But
are you big on Jordan 1s? I saw you had the 94s on today. You was hurting feelings with that one.
yeah. I mean, I just anything that Michael Jordan wore, it definitely means something to me because I always say Magic is my favorite player of all time. I've got multiple Lakers Converse weapons, but Michael Jordan kind of took it to another level, for me. So anything like that, but I want to say, yeah, I have more Jordan 1s than any other Jordan in my collection, but I'm not trying to be on no hype shit. It's just me really liking the shoe like before the hype.
You have the Balvins, the J Balvin ones?
Nah, that was a little too much for me.
He said it was too much.
If a pair fell in my lap, like you said, yeah, I would have had them, but I didn't even try to get those. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would wear them if I could get them for a good price, or if somehow I came up on a pair like, oh, these are here resale shop. But did you grab those?
Yeah, I grabbed those.
Okay. See, you a stepper, you know what I'm saying? You probably got all kinds of shit, you know what I mean?
I got, like I said, a little something. You might see them Stephon Marbury shits in here that was like $10.99 in my collection. And then you might see some other highs. It's a little bit of everything in there.
I remember Starberry, man. Niggas be trying to sell them for $100 now, man.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Whenever I see a clean pair on eBay that's not completely destroyed, 70, 80, 100. And I remember seeing those at Stephen Barry's for $9.99. I remember that.
Yeah, I had a few pair of them, man. He said maybe they were 90, 92 was the year that Adidas he's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that Adidas equipment basketball shoe? But I'm only thinking of the white, black, and gray. I might have to look that up. But yeah, I'm drawing a blank. But let me ask you, what's a shoe that everybody around you, that's in the sneakers loves that you just don't fuck with?
Oh, man. There's a few. I'm trying to think. Now, don't get me wrong, because I don't want people to. I like the chunkies, but everybody was just posting those shits left to right. I like that shoe a lot, but it's not an everyday shoe. Like I like it, but just everybody when it dropped, everybody took the L. The people who didn't take the L hated it. Everybody was just going all over the place. It's a nice shoe, but it's just I'm not gonna jump out the window for that shoe. Like they fell in my lap, definitely, but not for the price that people are paying, like $2,500 for those and everything.
Nah, fuck that. I mean, they were nice. I know a few people with them, but yeah, nah. Like, for one, I mean, I guess as much as I love dunks, like, because I've had to tell people before, I'm like, it's not about it being SP. I haven't owned a skateboard since the early 90s. I just like dunks. I just like dunks. And You know, I can't think of many SBs that are everyday shoes. Because some of the crazy ones is like you can only pull this out once or twice a year anyway. So, you know.
So you like dunks?
Yeah, yeah. I like
What's your favorite dunk?
the very first De La Soul high top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite one is?
What's that?
Want me to show it to you?
Sure.
I actually got two, but I'm gonna show you that.
Oh, the Morgan Mindy
dunks.
Okay.
And then the second one would be right here. This one, Miss Pac-Man.
Okay. I see
These
you.
two are my favorite.
That Mr. Pac-Man has eluded me because I have the regular Pac-Mans and I have the Blazer, but I don't have the Mrs. Pac-Man to complete the set. You got the Mrs. Pac-Man.
See, I only have those. I don't have the Mr. Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my wife up again. She got me these two for like Father's Day.
Oh man, nice.
She always looking out for me.
Yeah, that's the one because I got the Blazer for like $40, but I pay retail for the Pac-Man, but I never was able to get the Miss Pac-Man. So
Pac-Man's up there. Every time I look for them, they
yeah,
they high, bro.
I mean, on the OG side, and I since I'm in Ohio and even though I'm in North Carolina, hopefully nobody will kill me in the comments for saying this. Other than that De La Soul, I have a pair of Michigan dunks that I've had from the first dunk retros from 1999. So I got those from Foot Locker for like $20 because nobody, wanted them back then.
Yep.
Yeah, those, since I've just had them for so long, those are special as well. And the dunk that I wish I had the most of, other than those Floms, I really wish I had some Skunks.
Yo, definitely.
Yeah, I really wish I had. Oh, wait a minute. Prep said also need those Air Bowl trainers, the Rob Woodson, the black pair. Yeah. You remember the Air Bowls?
Yeah. I do.
I had the white, black, and blue ones. They lasted until like 2007. They crumbled on me. But
I never had a pair of them.
Yeah. I had the actual Rob Woodson color. And that's another thing, like, I shouldn't because he was on the Steelers. Us Browns fans, we hate the Steelers. So, but he was so cool and that shoe was so raw. I wish I had the black and white ones he was talking about, but I never was able to get those.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I never had a pair, but I do remember them.
Hey, we all old Prep.
Yeah.
So, hey, being able to remember those shoes. I mean, I have a decent amount of vintage stuff that's still wearable, but the move here, I lost about 30 pairs of vintage shoes that, they just didn't make the trip.
Damn. Well, they just fell apart?
Yeah, like some of them were probably on the bubble and the move because wherever it was, because we had movers and fortunately only maybe 6 to 10 pairs got stolen and they weren't stuff I really. There's maybe 2 pairs I cared about. The rest of them were like Neighbor Maxes and stuff I got for either nothing or little to nothing. But yeah, a lot of the older shoes, some retros didn't make it. Like my Fire Red 4s and my Military 4s from 06, the wings broke off of them.
Wow.
But the 4s that I had from 99, I had some cements and some black and reds. They made the trip. Like, it makes no sense. Like it was. It's twice as old as this one, and it made it, and this one didn't. So yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, man. Those old vintage, like I really need to pull out more vintage stuff. But yeah, I love dunks, love Jordan 1s. Another shoe that needs to get more love. It's a few, but the Nike Terminator. Everybody talking about
Georgetown colors. I definitely need that.
Like I have the regular Georgetown pair that says Nike, but if they ever came out with a pair that said Hoyas, I would have to have that.
Now, what year is that pair that says Nike?
2003.
Damn, bro. And how good a condition are they in?
You know what? Let me see here. So
Please do. Need to see those.
Should have it. In the room. Y'all are gonna have to excuse how this room looks. It's a little ill. God damn.
Oh, you shit looking like Foot Locker in there, bro.
Yeah. Ah, damn. I'm gonna get them, but they like way up there.
They're like, what?
Uh, y'all gonna hear some boxes falling. Yeah, it's real in here.
It's real.
Damn, I still haven't gotten to it yet. Ah. This is lightweight embarrassing. But yeah, they're really,
There they go.
really
yeah,
good.
man.
You know,
That's the shoe right there.
now the box. This box has been through some things. Oh man. Yeah. Let me yeah, but I love those shoes. I love Terminators, Dunks.
Damn, I saw a phone posit in the background.
Oh yeah, the all blacks from 2000. They just chilling there.
Okay.
You know.
You just passed them saying from 2000. Come on, man. It's a good shoe right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I love the phone positive, but I'll be honest with you. Only the blue pair matters to me.
Really?
Where it matters the most. You know, just because you remember that was the only pair for months before they came out with the pearls.
Yep.
You know, because they came out with the blue, then the pearl, and then they had an all black pair. And then I think that might have been it. I know Foot Action had a pair that was black with a vault check.
Yeah, I got those from 1997. Those are like, people go crazy for that shoe. Like, if I bring it out, they're like, oh, I never even saw that. Like, you know, like, I had them one time. I went to like this Nike store and somebody thought they were fake. He's like, oh, those fake or custom? I'm like, nah, these are from 1997.
Yeah. Like, you're still wearing fried rights, bruh.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't know what they were.
Yeah. So, but I've never owned a pearl phone posit. I'm kind of ashamed to say. I've had all black and I've got multiple blue ones, but I never had the pearl before.
Damn, really?
Never had it. Like, I'll be honest. I don't want you to look at me crazy, but I'm not a huge foam guy like I should be.
Okay.
Because they, you know, they got to a point where they were starting to do too much with it, with all those prints and all of that.
That's what ran me away. Like Spider-Man and Lava and all that other. I couldn't do those no more, man.
Yeah. That, you know, you can't do that. And see, the foam posit, it's sort of like, it's certain Nike shoes that have reached a level where Blazer, Air Force One, Cortez, Air Max 1, 90, 95, 97, Jordan 1 has made it to that pantheon now of shoes you can do almost anything with and it'll still be okay. The foam posit isn't quite there yet.
Yeah, I didn't like some of those colors. I just couldn't.
Yeah, you know.
Dane,
like,
I see you, bro.
Yeah. So, you know, but next I got to ask you, what direction do you see your collection going in the future?
I definitely see it getting bigger because I get a pair of shoes like every month or two. But I gotta be honest, like my collection it gets bigger, but I do a lot of like I started getting into like a lot of designer sneakers too. So I gotta kind of like make a little lane for them too. So I have like all my cool like basketball shoes and all the Air Force Ones and stuff. But now I started getting like more into like designer, so I get like a few of those and just different things that I like. But I would definitely say it's getting the variety and everything's gonna get big. Because you know, I wear different stuff, man. It's just, you know, something's different all the time. You know, I try not to stick with the same thing. Like, you know, I might do something like over here, some Air Force Ones one day, some Jordan ones, some threes, whatever. I just mix it up. It's whatever I feel. You know how us sneaker people, we get up in the morning, you start scratching your head, looking at all your shoes, and be like, which one I'm gonna wear, and it's like you really can't come up with which one. Then finally, like, all right, I'm just gonna make it. I'm gonna take these right here. So
Yeah, like it's really people think that it's. I tell people, you know, having a lot of shoes, it's a double-edged sword because yeah, it's great. You know what I mean? Able to pull out. You know, I can go back to the '80s, the '70s, whenever. You know what I mean? Just
definitely.
but it's a commitment to keeping them up. Now, I see you got the drop fronts. You know, I probably am going that route for all the shoes I have because that
Shit, you're gonna need a lot.
yeah. First, like the garage is where like that's where all the shoes are without boxes. You know what I mean? It's nasty out there. So yeah, I need for all my shoes that don't have boxes. That's kind of a dream of mine to do drop fronts. But I'll be honest, I haven't done it because they seem a little more than I would want to pay. Where I'm like, man, I could just be buying more shoes with this money. But you know, it seems like a good investment. Is it a good investment to have the drop front?
It's a good investment. It's just sometimes when they send, like, I would order like 20 at a time. Some of the doors are broke, and then, you know, it's a good, like you could send them back and they give you more and everything. But they are getting kind of pricey, and sometimes you're paying a lot of money and they come broke, and you know, it's a little frustrating because, you know, when we get it, we want to set it up like this. You want to like put all your shoes in there. You got cracked doors and missing handles and stuff. So, you know, but it's nice to look at. You know, when you come in, everybody likes to see it. I would definitely say my sneaker room is like the big exhibit when somebody comes to my house. They're like, yo, can you see that room? You know, so it's definitely worth it. But, you know, I
And,
say that.
okay. So, what is on your radar for the rest of 2021? Is there anything that really has your interest peaked? You know, before the year ends?
Uh, don't laugh at me, guys. I never had a pair of cool grays. I never. So though I'm looking at those. Never had a cool. I had every other 11, but I never had those. I saw those. I like something else I saw in there not so long ago. You know that app. Every time you go in there, you see something different. But yeah, definitely would definitely be those 11s. I never had a pair of those. So
Okay. Yeah, nah, that's and then they're made well. You know, I have to say I was impressed with the quality. Some people are mad about the box because they didn't, but they gave us the pull-out box in 2010, so I knew they weren't going to do that again. So they did it like the OG box, but it's great. So you know,
did you
but
get them or you getting them?
I have them. I actually wore them on a Saturday.
Oh, so that was a new pair that you had on the other day. I thought they were a retro pair. I was like, oh, this is the guy had, you know. I thought they were like the old pair.
Nah, I didn't get to get them in 2010. That year I had just moved and it was like a month before, so I was still kind of my finances was recovering from moving. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I wasn't married yet, so I just I was trying to make it happen. So I had to miss out on those, the South Beach eights, and another shoe where I had to kind of sit them out. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's good to have them. I have a pair from '01, but they're so old. You know, the gray has kind of turned almost like a brownish color, and the bottom
Yeah, yep.
orange. You know, so it's all good.
It's all good.
Okay, so you ain't messing with them black and red ones, the patent leather joints?
Oh yeah, see, I knew it was another one. I said it was another shoe. I definitely need those in my life. Definitely need those.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence. I'm still on the fence. I don't know if I like the other.
Really? Why?
I don't really wear the regular pair that much. I'm a Chicago guy. Like if they were the Chicago's, I might would consider a little more, but I don't want the one to be patent leather. I wish it was. I'd have rather it been suede or something like that. You know what I mean? You know. But yeah, I got the 1 and the 1.5 in black and red. So it's like, do I really need another pair? But you know, y'all put in the size 9 for your boy. All right.
Nah, but I saw those patent leathers in person. They're definitely they're a
Okay.
good look. They're
Okay.
definitely a good look.
Well, if I'm able to get them, it's because of you.
Are you gonna wear them? That's the
Yeah, I mean,
question.
I'm not against wearing them. I mean, there aren't many Jordans that I say, yeah, I wouldn't wear them. I mean, there's even some team Jordans where I'm like, yeah, this boy is kind of ugly, but it's probably a beast on the court. But,
Yeah,
you know, I just had to see, how I'm feeling that day. And I mean, I'm not a reseller, but people are like, man, you could flip them and, you could trade them or all of that. I'm just, I'm not really into all that. So, I'll sell some stuff, but not for real.
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, before we wrap up, it's been a pleasure having you on. Do you have any questions for me?
Thank you. It was great having me too.
No problem, man. You got any questions for me?
Let me see. What's your latest pickup? That's what I was gonna ask you.
Latest pickup. What's today? Today is Monday, Sunday. Oh, okay. Saturday, I grabbed these Air Max 98s. The
Okay.
Olivia Kim's. They were Plato's Closet Find. They were only like $80. So I want to say that, and I got one more. Actually over here. Now these are gonna be pretty random. Some people may think they're ugly.
Pretty random.
But
Okay.
So the Shack Attack Olympic snub, he should have been on the first dream team instead of Christian Laettner. Any of us basketball people, we all know that.
Yeah.
So, but one thing I noticed about this shoe, Christian Laettner was wearing the Flight Hirachi in the '92 Olympics, and look what they did here.
Oh. Okay.
So you can definitely see where it's kind of like the Shaq. It's almost like he's stepping on the Flight Hirachi with the Shack Attack. So that's crazy.
Where did you find those at?
A Plato's Closet.
Okay.
Now they were a little more. They were $100. I'm like, man, $100. You know what I mean? But I couldn't find these bitches anywhere online when they came out or since. So the fact that they had them, I'm like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna just get them. Fuck it. You know what I mean? So I was kind of mad they ain't had a box. I'm like, man, $100. Y'all niggas could at least had a box. Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They nice, bro.
I appreciate it. I'm like, I just couldn't believe they were a 12. I saw them as soon as I walked in. I'm like, watch these bitches be an 8. Something like that. They ended up being a 12. It was like, well, I got to get them now. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But yeah, those are probably my two most recent. One thing I've been on kind of here lately, because I already had a few from working at Champs and Foot Locker, but I've kind of been on trying to buy old Wades, old Converse Wades. So
Okay, yeah.
I do have a pair of the Converse Wade 1.3 that he wore Christmas of 06. They're supposed to come tomorrow. So those will be worn soon since, Christmas is coming. I have a few Christmas themed Converse, so
Yeah.
try to pull some of those out. But yeah, it's always some Converse in the mix.
Okay.
So yeah. But yeah, it's definitely been great having you on. I was looking forward to this. I appreciate you, agreeing to do it.
No problem, bro.
Yeah. Now before I go, who would you like to see on here, and can you help me get them on here?
I would say Prep, but he don't like to show his collection. So Foaminati, he has a great foam collection. Like if you wanted to just see every foam that they ever made, he would definitely be the person to come on there. His room is crazy. And the guy that was just in the comments, my man Dane Kicks, he's another one. He has all the foams. He definitely, but and he has like a good variety. And he knows the history of the shoe from like everything. It would definitely be good. It's a lot of people, man. It's a lot of people. But those people being that I've just come off the top of my head,
All right. Now, before we go, I do have to ask you this too. Now, you're a Knicks fan. Do you have any of those Nate Robinson foam posit lights?
I do not, but Fulminati does. He has those. He has those kryptonates. He has those. He
Like,
has those.
I remember I had a chance to get just the black, just the regular retail black pair. But I'm like, nah, man, I need that green pair with the kryptonate
Yeah.
logo. And the cheapest I've ever seen them at our size is like 600. So I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, that's a once a year shoe. I don't know if I could pay 600. You know what I mean? Like, I've never paid more than $300 for a shoe for myself. I've went above that for my wife, but never for me. So, you know, I gotta I might have to pay to play.
I hear you.
Oh man. Well, look, man, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. And
Thanks a lot, bro, for having me, man.
no problem, man. I'm gonna be in touch. I'm gonna send you
Definitely send me those pictures. I need to see those.
for sure, man. Well, I'll be in touch with you. Thank you for everybody who's in the comments, who watched. Thank you. And we'll see y'all soon.
All right. Later.
Later. Peace.
Thanks.